Fucking, you see that to the left of you? You know what that bad boy is?
Where?
Fucking Rob Van Dam's action figure from when I was like 8 years old. Yeah, I don't know what that fucking thing's doing out here.
All the way from Battle Creek, Michigan. No way.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Fuck, man.
I wish he'd come back, man.
Dude, I want to smoke with him. He fucking
I heard he
lot.
smokes, yeah. I heard he smokes quite a bit, actually, man.
I think that's one of the reasons why he got in trouble with WWE before.
Oh, you know it. When he was in the ECW before everything, he was like, I'm going to definitely have to get stoned in order to take this hit.
All he was probably like, here's a dime bag, boy. He's like, I'm going to need more than this. Like, what? You see me?
Right.
I need like 5 of these. And that's just before I wrestle.
Speaking of wrestling again,
dude, hit me with it,
tonight, you know about NXT, right?
Yeah.
I've been watching it a lot lately, just because I want to know like the up and comers before they get up to the main roster. They're bringing back War Games, the old WCW pay-per-view match where it was like where they put the 2 rings together and then they surround it in like a gigantic cage, and it's like 3 teams fighting each other.
Are you fucking serious?
That's gonna be fucking mayhem, dude. Like. And it's on an NXT pay-per-view. Like, you know how pissed off I'd be if I was like Raw and SmackDown people?
Dude, you know what I want to see them bring back? WCW had like a beach bash.
Bash at the beach.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, it was some of the best matches ever.
Dude, I wish they would bring that back. They would come out next to like a fucking lifeguard chair and like sandy beaches and shit.
Oh my God, man, it was perfect. WCW was on. They were ahead of WWE for a while, man. Like,
yeah, they were.
I honestly, when I was younger, I would tune into WCW over WWE. Sorry, because there was so many cool fucking people on there, man. Like,
there was, dude.
Seeing Hulk Hogan like become like kind of like a douchebag, you know?
Sting was my dude. That was the fucking like.
Oh, he was a badass.
Wait for Sting to come.
Cause like
just like Kane, like wait for Kane to come.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I seen Sting, I watched The Crow a fuck ton when I was a kid. Like. Like this movie, and then like he looks just like the Crow, and I was like, this guy is cool. Is it him? You know, like as a kid, you're like, you don't know this shit, you know. He was an enigma.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't know what the hell he's gonna do, man, at all.
Dude, WCW and WWF. If WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna call it the F because that's where it was when I grew up, dude. Like,
that's where the heart is, man.
Yeah. If they don't have the Attitude Era, man, they don't. WCW doesn't. I mean, that WCW wins. If that Attitude Era, if they go from the fucking like the British Bulldog era right into Brock Lesnar with Kane unmasked,
right?
Like that era, that doesn't work. That Attitude Era is what got him.
Changed. You had Degeneration X.
You thought Kane was a fucking monster. Like that dude's fucked up behind that mask for sure.
Right. Oh man, like. I was always afraid every time that music hit because I knew somebody that I like looked up to, like dude. Shawn Michaels or somebody. I'm like, fuck, they're getting hurt. You know what I mean? Like,
you ain't winning, boy.
Yeah, you're getting slammed through the ring or something.
They don't spend money on pyro for him to lose.
No, hell no. Unless it was to Undertaker, that's it.
Yeah.
And even then, he would kick Undertaker's ass.
You notice his pyro's like half blaster, like we're cutting back.
Oh man, it's just like I actually got to go to. The Joe Louis Arena for the last WWE show, actually.
I went to the Joe Louis Arena. That's so fucking... Dude, I wish I went to the last one at the Joe. I went to the lottery. Ooh. The first lottery at the Joe, where Edge came back and speared Bischoff.
Oh, my God. My second favorite guy, man.
I was there, dude. When Kane's pyro hits, that fucking hits, because they don't give you a warning.
No, hell no. It would take away from it, yeah.
And if you turn away, and like you're talking... And all you know, like you don't see it, you feel it in your chest and hear it. And that's how you know the pyro hit.
Rumbling feeling, dude.
The fear that comes in the milliseconds to follow that until you realize.
That you're done for. Like, and it's, what's crazy is like, on the network, you know, they have like all behind the scenes stories and stuff. Yeah. And they talk about stuff like that, man. Like people said, when Kane's music hit, like they knew what was going to happen, but they were still legitimately kind of scared, right? Because like he's just a presence.
Yeah,
like you've never seen anybody like him before.
Well, he tapped into the same type of fear that Sinister tapped into the movie.
Yeah,
if you noticed, it's that creature with the long hair and the weird square type face, and it's that same type of fear that Kane had. Dude, they just don't have anymore. They don't have a monster anymore.
Well, they're okay.
They don't have monsters.
They have this guy Braun Strowman.
But I'm talking like
legit. Yeah, I know.
Like masked monsters, or demonic, like people that like the character is a monster, not necessarily the size of the man.
They tried it with Bray Wyatt. They kind of tried to make him into like a Kane, something like kind of terrifying guy. Like they had in his followers, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. They wore masks. It was a sheep mask. It's just not as scary, man. Like I feel like they were just trying to like emulate The Strangers, like that horror movie in Hollywood. It kind of reminded me of that, but just it's wrestling.